and welcome to another video. Today I'd like to talk about some changes that I am really excited and happy about. To be honest, when I saw that happening in Korea, I I was thinking, why didn't it happen sooner? So what I'm gonna talk about is the new Stigma. I don't want to say Stigma system because the system technically is the same. It just changes to the Stigma system, if that makes sense. Okay, so the way it works is actually quite simple. I'm just wondering currently if I have enough Stigma shards. Do I have more? I might not have enough. I might need to get more Stigma shards. I only have like 1,800 something. That's okay. I can maybe have more over here, like somewhere in like a box or something. No, I don't. Okay. Anyways, it's fine. Not a big deal. Oh, I have a stack here. That's fine. Okay, that helps. Okay, so the stigma system works as follow. Now you have two pages. So each character has two pages, and you can have two different builds. So you can technically go with any build you want. So you can come here, you can use the meta stigmas, and you can set up either the build or the support build. Well, technically the support build and the damage build, or a combination, a hybrid build. Using the meta stigma, you can kind of have a lot of options now. And imagine you have set up the whole build over here in page one, and then you set up the whole another build, which is if you go for support here, you could technically go for a hybrid or a damage build over here, and then you have two builds in here. So the good thing is that you can switch around as you like. So let's say you're in a dungeon or you're doing open PvP and you need to enter Dredgen or whatever, then the stigmas are already pre-set up in your build. So what you can do is you can just go ahead and you can activate them. There are locations where you can't, like for example in the arena you can't switch around, but like the other locations that, for example, open PvP, or if you're about to do in the dungeon, if you're like about to run in the dungeon or about to go into like a dredge or something, you can switch before you enter, and it's just more convenient because now you have the whole setup already built in. And the thing that I like the most, that the stigmas, like if I go ahead and activate the second, for example, and go back to wanting to activate the first one again, you can see um, that the stigmas from the first one will still stay in there. So it won't, will not ever fill up your inventory. It just, with this light, green light, it will tell you which one is activated currently. And also, you can come here and you can click the quick bar. So you can say number one, two, whatever number you want. And depending on that number, it goes over here and it selects the number it is. And then you can switch around with it. So technically, I can now press again, activate number one, and it will switch me back to number one. And then if I want to do number two, it will switch me back to number two. But it's just gonna take the stigma shards out of your uh, inventory. So you need to have stigma shards with you to be able to do that. Another thing is that it doesn't only stay on the skill bars that are switching around. If you go to info, click on equipment sets, over here you can even have stigma page one, or like different stigma builds, and you can have even the gear combined with the stigma change. So that is actually quite interesting that you can kind of have presets at the moment, two, and I guess two for now are definitely enough. You have like two presets that you can set up for your play style, and you would have it much easier. One important thing that I'd really like to mention is that you will need a good amount of stigmas, which basically means that if you, for example, stamina restoration, I want to use it for my first build, but I also want to use it for my second build, then I would need the stigma twice. It will not be enough if I just have one stigma, because as there are two separate builds, I would need to put the same stigma in both of them if I want to have that stigma. And since I'm talking about stigmas, and some of you will need the same stigma multiple times, just for you information, keep in mind that you can come here to the protectors to protectorate stigma guy, and you can buy his stigmas for your character. So you just by control left click, I can see, so I can just buy this chest, and it will give me the main stigmas for my chanter, for example. Or if you need Sage's Wisdom, that might be a cheaper option than wanting to buy them from LFG, where things could go out of hand price wise. Yeah, so that is the stigma changes, or the stigma build changes. Check out my previous video that I've posted about meta stigma, where I go deeper into that. But I think the stigma changes are quite good. They're really, like, I'm really in love with it, and I can't wait to be using it. So thank you very much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.